The studio audience erupts in laughter as celebrity host Marcus the Shark Peterson waves a golden contract in the air like he's just caught the biggest fish of his career. "Ladies and gentlemen, we have Keanu Reeves in the house," Marcus shouts, his voice dripping with that fake enthusiasm that screams viral content incoming. The camera zooms in on Keanu, sitting calmly in the guest chair, that familiar gentle smile playing on his lips. But something's wrong. Marcus isn't looking at Keanu with respect. He's looking at him like prey. "Now, Keanu," Marcus continues, his grin getting wider and more predatory by the second. "Everyone knows you're this amazing charitable guy, right? Always helping people, always so humble." The way he says humble makes it sound like an insult. The audience is still laughing, completely unaware of what's about to unfold. Marcus struts across the stage like a peacock, contract still waving. "So here's what we're gonna do. Live right here, right now. I'm gonna make you put your money where your mouth is." Gasp! The audience holds its breath. This is exactly the kind of dramatic moment that breaks the internet. "I've got a charity commitment contract right here," Marcus announces, slapping the papers down on the coffee table between them with theatrical flair. "Sign this baby and you'll officially commit to donating half your net worth to children's charities. Live on air. No backing out. What do you say, Mr. Nice Guy?" The studio falls silent. Camera phones appear in the audience like fireflies at dusk. This is it, the moment that's going to generate millions of views. But here's where Marcus made his fatal mistake. He thought he was dealing with just another Hollywood celebrity who'd panic under pressure. He thought Keanu would either sign without reading, making him look reckless, or refuse to sign, making him look like a fake philanthropist. What Marcus didn't know was that he was about to face someone who'd been in this business for decades, someone who'd seen every trick in the book. Keanu reaches for the contract with that same calm demeanor that made him Neo, made him John Wick. The audience leans forward. Marcus's grin reaches maximum wattage. He thinks he's got his viral moment. 2 seconds. That's all it takes. Keanu's eyes scan the document with laser precision. His face doesn't change, but something shifts in the air. The predator is about to become the prey. "Marcus," Keanu says, his voice still gentle but now carrying an edge that makes the studio audience unconsciously straighten up. "This is interesting. Just sign it, buddy." Marcus laughs, but there's a nervous tremor creeping into his voice. "Unless you're not as charitable as everyone thinks." The audience starts to murmur. Some are still laughing, but others are beginning to sense that something's not right. Keanu holds up the contract, and now his voice carries across the studio with perfect clarity. "See, folks, this isn't actually a charity commitment. This is what we call a rights grab. Record scratch." The laughter dies instantly. "Right here in Section 3, Keanu continues, pointing to the fine print, "it says that by signing this, I'm granting Marcus and his production company unlimited rights to my name, likeness, and image for commercial purposes in perpetuity." The audience gasps. Marcus's face is turning the color of a ripe tomato. "And down here in Section 7, Keanu's voice remains steady, educational even, it says that this contract gives them the right to create and sell merchandise, endorsement deals, and even AI-generated content using my voice and appearance forever." The studio audience is now fully awake, and they're not happy with what they're hearing. The charity clause? It's buried in subsection 12C, and it only requires a donation of $1,000 to any charity of the production company's choosing. Not half my net worth. $1,000. Boom. The revelation hits the audience like a thunderbolt. "But wait," Keanu continues, his tone still conversational, still kind. "There's more. Section 15 states that if I breach any part of this contract, including refusing to participate in future projects they assign to me, I owe them $50 million in damages." The audience is on its feet now, but not cheering. They're angry. Really angry. Marcus tries to salvage the situation. Hey, it's just a fun bit for the show. Come on, everyone knows it's just entertainment." But Keanu isn't done. "The most interesting part," he says, standing up now, still holding the contract, "is this clause here that states that anyone who signs this document also agrees to transfer 15% of their future earnings to Peterson Productions for the next 25 years. Silence. You could hear a pin drop in that studio. "So Marcus," Keanu says, walking over to where the host is now sweating bullets, "I have to ask, how many people have you gotten to sign this? How many upcoming actors, desperate for exposure, signed this thinking they were just doing a charity bit?" The audience erupts, but not in laughter, in outrage. Marcus tries to grab the contract. "Give that back. That's proprietary." "Actually," Keanu says, stepping back smoothly, "since you presented this as a public document on live television, it's now public record. And I think the district attorney might be very interested in what appears to be a pattern of contract fraud. Boom, game over. The audience is chanting now, not for Marcus, but for Keanu. Keanu, Keanu, Keanu. Security starts moving toward the stage, but not for Keanu. 3 men in suits, who definitely aren't studio security, are walking straight toward Marcus. Marcus Peterson, one of them announces, badge visible, you're under investigation for fraud, coercion and violation of California's Unfair Business Practices Act. The audience loses their minds. This isn't just entertainment anymore. This is justice being served live on television. As Marcus is led away, still sputtering excuses, Keanu addresses the audience directly. The lesson here isn't about reading contracts, though you should always do that, he says, that familiar warmth returning to his voice. The lesson is about respecting people. When you try to humiliate someone, when you try to trap them, when you think you're smarter than everyone else, the universe has a way of teaching you otherwise. He holds up the contract one more time. This piece of paper? It was never about charity. It was about greed, exploitation, and someone thinking they could make a fool out of me and get away with it. The audience erupts in applause. But here's what we're going to do, Keanu continues. I'm going to donate $100,000 to children's charities, not because a predator tried to force me to, but because it's the right thing to do. And Marcus? Well, Marcus is going to learn that respect isn't something you can steal with a contract. Viral explosion. Within hours, the video has 50 million views. Respect Keanu trends worldwide. Marcus Peterson Productions files for bankruptcy as dozens of victims come forward with similar contracts. 3 other TV hosts are arrested in connection with the scheme. But the real victory? Keanu never raised his voice, never lost his cool, never stopped being kind. He simply used his intelligence, experience, and moral compass to expose a predator and protect future victims. Because that's what real heroes do. They don't need special effects or fight scenes. Sometimes they just need 2 seconds to read a contract and the courage to speak the truth. The end. Marcus Peterson was sentenced to 5 years in federal prison for fraud and conspiracy. Keanu Reeves donated $500,000 to legal aid organizations helping victims of contract fraud. The video remains the most watched celebrity interview in internet history. The lesson? Never underestimate the quiet ones. And always, always read the fine print.